Falcons at the Steelers. Dennis Dixon making his second career start with Ben Roethlisberger out. Matt Ryan trying to lead Atlanta back to the playoffs. Third quarter, Falcons with the ball, and Ryan hits Tony Gonzalez over the middle for a gain of 20. Tony's first catch of the game. He's the first tight end in history with 1,000 career receptions. Gets it on that play, sets up a Falcons field goal. They go up 6-3. Ensuing Steelers possession, Dennis Dixon is back. He finds Mike Wallace down the right sideline. Wallace hauls it in for a gain of 52. The second-year man from Ole Miss fired up after that catch. Steelers with a field goal will tie it at 6. Fourth quarter, third play of Pittsburgh's drive. Dixon looking over the middle, and he will find Hines Ward, who skies to make the grab. A great catch for a gain of 24, setting up a 1st and 10. Hines Ward becomes the first Steeler to eclipse 11,000 receiving yards. Very next play, Dixon scrambling, and he will find Hines Ward wide open for a gain of 25. That would lead to a Steelers field goal, putting them up 9-6, a low-scoring game. Atlanta on the ensuing possession, and it is Matt Ryan back. He is hit by Lawrence Timmons. He fumbles. That's James Harrison running it back for a touchdown for the Steelers. Mike Smith and the Falcons, they're going to want to see this one again. They throw the challenge flag. So we take another look at this play as Mike Smith knows that that one did not look kosher. Ryan's arm appears to be moving forward. It was judged that way when he loses the ball. The ruling on the field is overturned. Falcons keep the ball at their own 41. Smith happy about that. Very next play, it's Matt Ryan going back to work. He finds his main man, Roddy White, for an 18-yard gain. 7 plays later, it's a 3rd and 8. Ryan again looking for Roddy White for a 6-yard gain, but he comes up just short of the first down. It sets up a 23-yard field goal. Falcons tie the game at 9 apiece. Pittsburgh on the ensuing possession. Dixon is back to pass. He is sacked by Troy Bierman. He sizes him up for a punt right there. Mike Smith nearly pulls a hamstring trying to call a timeout there to try and get his offense back on the field. He is feeling that one. Ensuing Falcons possession, Matt Ryan again looking for Roddy White. It is intercepted by Troy Polamalu. Great play by the safety from USC. Makes the read, and he keeps both feet in bounds. Mike Smith cannot believe it. Steelers with the ball, 1:40 left in Atlanta territory. Jeff Reed sets up for a potential game-winning field goal from 40 yards out. It goes wide to the right, and this game would go to overtime, tied up at 9. After the Falcons punt, it's Rashard Mendenhall. 1st and 10 from the 50, slips through a hole, and he is going, he is gone. 50-yard touchdown run for Rashard Mendenhall, 120 yards in the game. Steelers win it 15-9. Go crazy, fans. 3rd longest overtime touchdown run in history.
Titans and Steelers, Chris Johnson looking for his 13th straight 100-yard game, which would be one shy of the record held by Barry Sanders. And Dennis Dixon trying to go 2-0 this year as a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Opening kickoff. Noel Morty, Antonio Brown prime.
This is the way you start out with a game. I'm sure they went over this all week in the special teams meeting and special teams practice, and it worked to perfection.
And watch Brown here act like he's going to get involved with the wedge.
They fooled him right here. He jumps into the wedge, going to block somebody. Here he goes. Little pirouette around the right side. See ya.
Steelers' first kick return for a touchdown since 2007. The Titans had major issues. Michael holding on to the ball. Great kick by Troy Polamalu there.
Yeah, we talked about this on game day morning. How convincing. Really make that step by maneuvering around Troy Polamalu. That battle he lost today.
More on the Steelers defense, coach.
Yeah, take a look at this now. You got Dick LeBeau's defense. I love to watch it. You got 6 guys standing up. Who's dropping? Who's covering? I don't know. They're going to rush 4, and Harrison and Woodley will use up the guards and drop off into coverage. Vince doesn't see Lamar Woodley. He got an interception right here. All right, now we got to stop Chris Johnson, right? This guy's rushing for all kinds of yards. Troy Polamalu in the box for tackle for 1 yard loss. Troy Polamalu 8 in the box again. Let's play on the outside this time. Force this play inside so my buddies James Ferry can make the play. That's how they held him to 34 yards rushing.
Unbelievable. All right, the second quarter, 7-3. Dennis Dixon behind a bunch of blockers. They settled for a field goal. It was Dixon's the last snap. He left this game with a sprained knee. So here comes Charlie Batch. Steelers out 13-3. Third quarter, same score. Young sacked, fumble, And Steve McClendon recovers his fourth turnover of the day, and Kerry Collins warming up on the sidelines.
You are kidding me. So was that Bill's fault the last one?
Young, 7 against 66 yards and a couple of picks, fourth quarter. Young out, Kerry Collins in. 3rd and 20 now.
Well, we'll move that ball now.
Collins
Let's go down
opening
the field.
drive, picked off by Bryant McFadden. The Titans' 7th turnover of the game. And now down 19-3. A couple of possessions later on 3rd and goal, it's Collins to Nate Washington.
Great pick route. They run this play to perfection. Positive play for the Tennessee Titans.
And they got the 2-point conversion, 19-11. Ron Baronis there for the onside kick, but look at the maneuver there.
I like it. They're going to fake left, fake right. Now kick it right down the middle. Very nice. Steelers had a chance to recover that. They just didn't make it.
Collins already falls on the football. Here we go. 2nd and 3. Collins with time to just engage. 30 yards to the Steelers, 31. 2nd and 10. Collins looking for Washington. And Washington is there. Oh!
Close. All right, we got to shoot it now to the end zone again. 13 seconds. We got to shoot it for a score.
All right, a couple of false start penalties backed it up. 3rd and 20. And it's not enough. Steelers win 19-11.
One of the only matchups between undefeated teams this week. Mike Tomlin used to be a defensive backs coach in Tampa. Charlie Batch getting the start in favor of Byron Leftwich. First possession for Pittsburgh. Charlie Batch, he is looking for Mike Wallace. That pass is picked off by Aqib Talib. Second game of the season for Talib, 2nd pick. Buccaneers would go on to kick a field goal, taking a 3-0 lead. Very next possession, Charlie Batch back at work on a 2nd and 11. Plenty of time, bombs one down deep over the middle, and that is Mike Wallace in the end zone. The second-year receiver gets the touchdown grab. Batch's first touchdown pass since 2007, 7-3 lead for Pittsburgh. Ensuing Tampa Bay possession, and that is a pass lofted by Josh Freeman, one-handed grab by Kellen Winslow. Take another look. It is tipped. Winslow, Velcro hands, gets 2 feet inbounds as well. Winslow and the Buccaneers would get a field goal, cutting the lead to 7-6. Second quarter, Rashard Mendenhall with a nice spin move picks up a gain of 15, tackled by Cody Grimm at the 48. 3 plays later, Charlie Batch will let loose. He scrambles, sees nothing but green in front of him. He is running all the way down, 24 yards for a first down to the Buccaneers' 24. Next play, it's Charlie Batch this time. Plenty of time again. He finds his tight end, Heath Miller, all the way down to the 3-yard line. Very next play for Pittsburgh, Rashard Mendenhall, boom, into the end zone, a touchdown barreling through. He had 143 yards in the game, a 14-6 lead for Pittsburgh. Ensuing possession, that's to Mike Williams. On the screen pass, he is hit, he fumbles, Ryan Clark picks it up. Clark running, and he takes it down all the way to the 44-yard line. Turnover for the Steelers. 2 plays later, Charlie Batch, and he will do the play fake, looking deep again into the corner for Mike Wallace. It is tipped. Wallace comes down with it for his 2nd touchdown grab of the game. Aqib Talib got a hand on it. It goes right into Mike Wallace for his 2nd touchdown catch of the game, a 21-6 lead for Pittsburgh. On the Steelers' next possession, Charlie Batch going to work again. He finds the trusty veteran, Hines Ward. He goes down 19 yards to the Buccaneers' 16. Pittsburgh calls a timeout after that. 2 plays later, Charlie Batch looking once again into the end zone. He finds Hines Ward, a 9-yard touchdown catch. First time since '99, Charlie Batch had 3 touchdown passes in the half, a 28-6 halftime lead for Pittsburgh. But they would go right back at it. Another turnover by Tampa Bay. This time it is Brett Kiesel returning it all the way. Look at him still on his feet. Convoy of blockers into the end zone. A 79-yard interception return for a touchdown for Brett Kiesel, and the Steelers go on for a rout and a victory, 38-13 over Tampa.
On the AFC North, we start With Ray Lewis.
Sugar may go prime time just for the suit alone.
The Ravens are on the road in Pittsburgh. Charlie Batch had 3 touchdowns a week ago, and Batch to Antoine Randall.
He's been the backup for 9 years. He's like Terry Hanratty.
Right to the top of Fabian Washington.
Antoine, nice grab.
Lynn Swan, that's fair.
Lynn Swan-esque.
A little bit, huh?
Focus on that ball, buddy.
All right, Ravens coming right back, though. Derek Mason
Protection.
does a nice job of sealing off the D-back there for the 40-yard grab.
He's been consistent over a decade, Mike.
Playing a little basketball on the football field, a little boxing out and getting the rebound.
From the U.
McGahee.
Oh, there was some sweet feet.
Oh, my Dougie. That's my Dougie. Watch this. Dougie, whoa, one-on-one in the whole cutback once again. And he gives him the dance move.
That's right by James Ferrier. All right, the third quarter, Ravens up 10-7. McGahee gets rocked by James Harrison. So loses the ball.
And he's dancing now.
Lawrence Timmons comes up with the recovery. McGahee suffered a stinger right there and did not
Watch that left arm. Is it when you see it in the handshake position? He's out.
All right, 4 plays later here from 49 yards away, Jeff So John Harbaugh fired up. His club still has a 3-point lead. Ravens with the ball back. 3rd and 3. It's Flacco looking for Mason. Ike Taylor there for the pick.
Yeah, he floated that one a little bit now. One of the few mistakes by Joe Flacco in this tight game.
So here comes Jeff Reed from 45 yards away.
He's been the leading kicker in the league at 30 points.
Wow, his 4th miss of the season. He only missed 4 field goals all of last year. 4th quarter. Steelers down 10-7. Batch out with the shotgun. Looking for Randall L. And he's got it.
It's a nice route he ran tonight.
Yeah. 16 yards on a 3rd and 10. 2nd and 4 now from the 7. Mendenhall. Is he going to get there?
Speed and power to the pylon. Touchdown.
74 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Steelers on top. 14-10. Ravens now. Inside the 5.
Great defensive play.
Looking for Mason William Gay there. So the Ravens are going to go for it on 4th down.
It's like Josh McDaniel.
Here we go. But they don't have as much time on the clock.
Make a play.
Anquan Bolden cannot come down with Gay again. Another nice play by
William Gay. Defense to get it back for him.
It was a pig play. You got to throw that ball direct and on that back shoulder.
So the Steelers backed up, of course, and that was on 3rd and 10. They're not even trying to get the first down, so they ended up having to punt out of their own end zone. Here we go. 1:08 left. Ravens with no timeouts left. Flacco steps up. It's a 9-yard gain to Anquan Bolden.
Clock is moving.
All right, 2 plays later, 42 seconds left. It is Flacco. And TJ Houshmandzadeh.
This is how you become one of the greats in this league, making this team, making this drive right here that Flacco made.
Flacco, Houshmandzadeh for the 18-yard touchdown, and the Ravens on top, 17-14.
Anquan Bolden influencing the safety. TJ Houshmandzadeh knows he has one-on-one with the quarterback. Oh, let him off at the street bus right there.
Huge day for Joe Flacco, 24-37, 256 yards, and that touchdown. All right, the Steelers with one last chance. Batch, though, picked off by Sugar Ray Lewis. So the Ravens going to Pittsburgh, and they got a victory, 17-14.
It was huge. I mean, 2-2 and 3-1 is a big difference there, and especially when you have a division opponent and you're on their home turf. Couldn't say more about our guys today. I mean, it's just great how we hung in there against a great defense and came out with a win.
I love the competition. Even, I'm hacked off right now, but you always are. You love opportunities such as this, man. This is what we all signed up for in the National Football League.
The bottom line is about beating the man in front of you, and in the 4th quarter we did. We made the plays we were supposed to make, and that's the things you build on as a championship team, to try to go on and win those hard games on the road. And for us to win that game, that's big for us going forward.
Cleveland in Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger coming out, got a huge ovation. He was misty when he ran out of the field. He missed it for me. Just saw tears in his eyes when he ran out of the field. Oops. But now they're turning the smile upside down. Because Joe Hayden, the rookie, picks off Ben Roethlisberger.
Shake it
the
off.
Browns field goal, and the Browns are up 3-0 in a game. Colt McCoy was starting for his first career start. But Roethlisberger got his footing on his next possession, finds Mike Wallace for a 29-yard score, and the Steelers were off and running at 7-3. That's your score in the third quarter when Roethlisberger, deep in his own end, flips it up for Mike Wallace, who comes down with it for a 50-yard gain. Wallace had 3 catches for 90 yards and 1 score 4 plays later. 3rd and goal from the Browns' 8, and that's when the old Roethlisberger to Hines Ward connection.
Yeah. Heads-up play against full blitz now. Uncovered guy going to hit him in the chops. Touchdown anyway.
Roethlisberger finished 16 of 27 for 257 yards, 1 interception, and this his 3rd touchdown on the day to Heath Miller, the tight end, back in business. The Steelers win 28-10. Our Kara Henderson with Big Ben after.
Ben, from when you came out to the ovation, it looked like there were tears in your eyes. What was the emotions of this day like for you?
Well, I don't think it really set in until I pulled into the stadium, but it was just good to be back here with my guys, and God has blessed me with a great talent, and I want to be out here for it.
You said you'd be happy with a 3-0 victory. 28-10 probably sounds a little bit better. What can you say about the possibilities of this team?
We left a lot out there. I did, especially. Some nerves, some jitters, but no excuses. We got the win. I think everybody played a good game, but we'll evaluate it, critique it. It's a great Browns defense, and we'll see where we go from here.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
In Miami.
I'm going by the NFL rules. I will play by NFL rules. I will not hit illegal.
See a ball carrier.
That's the most ornery, quick retiree I've ever met. He's back.
He was getting a check this week.
Let's pick things up in the second quarter with Miami up 6-3. Miami got some early turnovers, but only could put field goals on the board. So when Hines Ward popped it in the end zone with 11 and change left in the first half, Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers had a 10-6 lead. Ward with 131 yards receiving on the day. 10-9, less than 6 minutes to go there. Mike Wallace up top, 53-yarder.
He's becoming the big play guy now for Big Ben. Mike Wallace.
Dolphins ensuing possession.
Dolphins take the ball.
2 minutes to go in the half. Chad Henne trying to get some points. Finds his newly signed wide receiver long-term, Devon Bess, making some plays, breaking tackles, leaps into the end zone. The booth buzzes down to see if Bess stepped out of bounds, and he did not.
Balance. This guy's like a running back playing receiver. The physicality, the running ability. This guy has it all.
1 point game. Dolphins up 17-16. It's 2019 Dolphins down with 8 minutes to go. Henne to Anthony Fasano. Forget about it.
Get out of bounds.
The Rutgers tight end gets out of bounds. Would lead to a Dolphin field goal. And Tony Sperano is up by 2. Steelers ensuing possession. 3:45 to go. 3rd and 5 for the Miami 43. Mewelde Moore taking it inside the red zone and more. Down to the Miami 14. 4 plays later, 3rd and goal from the Miami 2. Ben Roethlisberger calls his own number. It's number 7. It looks like he gets 6, but the ball's loose. There's a scrum. The Dolphins come away eventually from the pile with the ball. The ruling on the field is a touchdown. Tony Sperano wants a challenge, and you see the ball is loose, and it is not a touchdown, except for the fact when you review this type of play, you also need to see who has recovered the ball clearly and without any visual, duplicity or anything. Well, let's stir it toward the script.
After review, it has been determined that prior to the ball crossing the goal line, the runner did lose possession of the ball. However, by rule in replay, 2 aspects of this play must be available to be viewed. Not only did we have to view the fumble being a fumble, we also have to have clear evidence of the team recovering the ball. After review, we do not have clear evidence of the defense recovering the football. Therefore, Pittsburgh will have the ball, 4th and goal at the half-yard line.
I didn't know we needed to be taking notes during that process. Well, you can see Alama Francis of the
ref has a ball, too.
Comes out.
How's your evidence there?
The ref had a ball in his hand as well.
So that's the way the Pittsburgh Steelers got the ball back and kicked a go-ahead field goal, and then the defense did the rest.
With a 3-man rush.
And the Steelers, that's the way they hang on to victory. 1 point win in Miami to go to 5-1 and keep the Dolphins winless at home.
guys, a meeting of the last two Super Bowl champions.
I'm sorry.
So we'll get to that. The Steelers taking on the Saints. Guinness Book of World Records saying over 17,700 fans showed up in costume. It's the biggest Halloween party ever.
That's normal.
All right, so let's get down there here. Second quarter, game scoreless. Ben Roethlisberger to Antoine Rondale. Does he get in? They called it a touchdown. Sean Payton challenged the ruling on the field, and he does not get the ball across. So the ruling was reversed. It's going to end up being huge. Steelers with the ball on the 1 yard line. Couple of plays later, Rashard Mendenhall.
Both of these teams were playing such great defenses. I mean, every inch was fought for.
Mendenhall stopped again, so it's a huge overturned ruling on the field.
Yeah, it was real good. And they had good camera angles, too, on this game.
3-all at halftime. First possession of the second half. Drew Brees to Lance Moore.
They run that fade stop
pass,
as good as anyone in the league, that fade stop play.
All right, 10th play of the drive. Chris Ivory stopped for a loss of 3 at the 4-yard line after a second and goal. So here we go. 11th play of the drive. 3rd and goal. Liddell Betts. And Betts is dropped as well, so the Saints had to add a field goal to take a 6-3 lead.
Goal line stand.
All right, next Saints possession here, still up 6-3, and it is Drew Brees to Jeremy Shockey. Michael, this Saints offense has been trying to find its rhythm.
We talk about it all the time. Sooner or later, the great quarterbacks like the Drew Brees will move that football.
Fourth quarter, same drive. Marcus Colston spins around and sneaks in for the 16-yard touchdown. Saints on top, 13-3.
There's your back shoulder throw again.
Steelers coming right back. Ben Roethlisberger has done this plenty times before. To Hines Ward, 12 yards.
Ben stands tall in that pocket and get rid of that football.
All right, 2nd and 1 now. It's Rashard Mendenhall hits the corner.
Great blocking right tackle. Hines Ward sealing. Great run as well.
38 yards for the touchdown. Steelers back in it, down 3, 13-10. Saints now, big play, 3rd and 5. And Brees with time to Robert Meacham, who's all alone.
Great protection. He had all kinds of time to wait for him. Meacham down the sideline before the safety can get there.
But 3 plays later, this is what Dick LeBeau's defense can do to you. Brees smacked by Bryant McFadden. Lamar Woodley recovers the fumble.
So many people lined up to the Steelers right, more than they can block. Watch the free safety, comes free, and bam, hits you right in the mouth.
And Brees didn't have a chance, so here come the Steelers. 2nd and 8 now at their own 41. Roethlisberger, Heath Miller, and the big fella trying to pick up extra yards, but Marvin Mitchell causes a fumble, and look who's Johnny on the spot.
Sharper. That only comes from a multitude of people getting to the football, making things happen.
Saints trying to end it. Brees now on the pump fake, and he finds Dembry Henderson for a 7-yard gain. Penalty flags on the play. James Harrison called for roughing the passer. Keep in mind, he just had to give up 75 grand.
Yeah, and this was a little close for me. I was a bit upset at Dembry Henderson for not going for the first, but then they gave it to him with that.
Key 3rd and 8, and it's Brees to Lance Moore. Saints didn't even try to run the football in this game. It was all about their aerial attack. 1st and goal, it is Brees to Lance Moore. Ball game.
That's called threading the needle.
So Drew Brees and the Saints, when they have to have it, a huge Sunday night primetime game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they go on to win it 20-10, so they are keeping pace with the Falcons and the upstart Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are also victorious today. Saints are 5-3.
Let's go to the complete highlights now for you. Carson Palmer, of course, sweeping the Steelers in 2009, trying to get back on course. First quarter opening kickoff of the game. Bernard Scott stripped by Emmanuel Sanders. And the Pittsburgh Steelers would fall on the football, and this is the play that Charles just alluded to. Not the kind of start the Bengals were hoping for.
No, look at Emmanuel Sanders as a kick return wide receiver guy, but how do you make it into the league as a rookie? Play special teams, and he made a big play to get things started.
Steelers are punching in on a Rashard Mendenhall touchdown. Then the ensuing Bengals possession, Kevin Huber's punt blocked by Williams-Gay. Bengals recover, but the Steelers get the ball on the Bengals 30.
Killer, how many punts have been blocked in the NFL this year?
It's a real bad time. It's a real bad time for special team coaches in the league. Somebody got to get this fixed.
Steelers would kick a field goal, take a 10-0 lead. Second quarter, same score. Steelers have it. 2nd and 9. Roethlisberger to Hines Ward, who was stripped by Leon Hall, and Roy Williams would recover.
We call that knocking the ball loose for a defense. Ooh, good stick.
4 plays later, Palmer has it. 3rd and 5. He finds T.O. down the middle. Touchdown, Cincinnati, and the Bengals back into the game down 10-7.
Gotta love the dance right there. Ooh, get him. Get him.
I gotta tell you, I don't like mimes, but that dance was pretty good. All right, I'm not a mime guy, but that was good.
You gotta like the shake route that he put down the middle right there. Right there, stutter his feet. You got the safety over the top of Ocho Cinco.
See, and look where his focus was. The focus was outside, which allowed T.O.
You see his hips turn.
Yes.
You see his hips turn.
Yeah, did we talk about that earlier?
We did talk about that. Marshall showed you.
Yeah,
all you got to do is look through your receiver and find him.
Owens becoming the 3rd wide receiver with 150 career touchdowns, trailing only Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. Next Cincinnati possession, 3rd and 13. Palmer throwing to Owens. But it's picked off by Lawrence Timmons.
Some miscommunication right there. Somebody read zone, somebody read man.
Starting to chirp a little bit was T.O. 3 plays later, Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace down the sideline for the 35-yard gain.
You got speed to burn.
Oh, to put mildly. Oh, my goodness.
Now, Marvin Lewis would challenge the play, saying that Wallace did not come down with the catch.
Somebody upstairs needs to be reprimanded for this.
Because
that's
that was
3 steps.
3 steps after the catch.
The referee tells him 3 steps.
And then the ball gets popped free. That was an easy one.
Play stands is called. 4 plays later. 3rd and goal from the 8. Roethlisberger to Hines Ward for the touchdown. 17-7 Steelers.
How many times have we seen this? And Roethlisberger to old Psycho Ward. Oh, what a great play.
And then the question was the knee down before he crossed the goal line?
We want to review everything. Sometimes let's let the play stand. Good play.
Steelers eventually would tack on a field goal. They led at halftime 20-7. 4th quarter, Steelers ball up 20. Antoine Randall end around and then finds Mike Wallace. And at this point, it appeared as though the game was over. 27-7.
All DBs on this play just turn your helmets in and shoulder pads. This doesn't make any sense. Come on, you're playing man-to-man. Turn and find the ball. A receiver threw this, not a quarterback.
Well, he was a quarterback in college.
Don't give me that.
He was a quarterback.
This is not college.
It was a very emotional conversation on the sideline. T.O. and Ocho Cinco. Cincinnati, give them credit. They fight back. Palmer down the sideline, touchdown as he finds T.O. in the end zone. And Pittsburgh's lead cut to 27-14.
A lot of hits on that play. Carson Palmer stood in there and took the hit and delivered. Yes. And the poor security guy at the end took the hit after the touchdown.
Terrell got the touchdown.
So Pittsburgh takes it back. This is 2nd and 7. Roethlisberger trying to find Heath Miller. It's picked by Roy Williams.
That's a big time play by a safety right there. Reading eyes at a quarterback and making it right at the end. Great catch.
I thought he couldn't cover people.
They said that, but I tell you what, good play, Roy.
That was nice there, wasn't it?
Good play, Roy.
Flozell Adams called for unsportsmanlike penalty, so they tack on some more yardage at the end of the play. Ensuing Cincy possession. Palmer incomplete to Ocho Cinco, but a penalty marker on the play. Casey Hampton called for roughing the passer.
But this is when he ended up going low as he bull rushed.
I think he got thrown. Watch him throwing.
Watch the end. He threw him right into the quarterback in the end.
So Cincinnati aided by the penalty. This is the next play here, 1st and 10. Bengals down 13 points, 10 minutes left in the 4th. Palmer throws incomplete to Owens in the end zone, but another marker thrown in the play. Ike Taylor called for pass interference.
Wasn't sure about that.
I don't know about that one. I want to know, did that running back look set in the backfield?
Yeah, boy, a couple of things.
Now the Bengals, whether you agree with the penalty or not, they take advantage. The lead blocker on the play, able to clear a path for Cedric Benson. It's a 6-point game.
You used to do that.
Off the tracks.
You used to do that. You remember that.
Get off the tracks, Palomalo. Ooh, my left.
Mata Pecco on that crushing block for Palomalo. Ensuing Steelers possession. This is the Jeff Reed missed field goal from 46 yards out. So Carson gets it back. Down 27-21. Palmer under pressure. The ball is tipped by Benson, and he catches. And Palmer was hit as he threw this football.
He hung in the pocket. He had to the whole time.
Good fortune for Cincinnati at the end of that play.
16-yard pass play. What a play. Owens making the catch after he is crushed by Palomalo.
That's a big old receiver.
Oh, man.
He'll be fine. That's why you get the big bucks. Go get it.
3 plays later, 3rd and 5 on the 12. Palmer incomplete, trying to find Owens in the end zone. And that would set up this play. 4th and 5, the game on the line. Cincy down 6. Palmer puts it right in Jordan Shipley's hands, but he is leveled and sandwiched right over the middle of the field. And Pittsburgh takes over, ball game over.
Well, the defense, as usual for Pittsburgh, they bent a little bit on this drive, but obviously didn't break, forcing the final incompletion. They walk away with the win.
A year ago, this Pittsburgh defense couldn't get off on fourth down a lot of times. They lost some
in fourth quarter.
Yeah, against this Bengals team last year in that same stadium.
As Ben Roethlisberger and Tom Brady, both these quarterbacks, so they have won Patriots won 3 of the last 5 games against the Steelers since 2002. It's Brady to Rob Gronkowski for an 18-yard touchdown on the first possession.
They came out scoring the ball, and they never stopped throwing the football on Pittsburgh.
All right, Roethlisberger now hits Hines Ward for a 5-yard gain, but Bill Belichick and the Patriots challenged because of the whole issue of Hines Ward having to maintain control of the football all the way down to the ground. He was injured on the play. It was a neck injury, and he did not return.
And that was the heart of the Steelers.
All right, Ben Roethlisberger faced heavy pressure all night, sacked 5 times. Gary Guyton gets him there. Mike Wright and Sean Crable, they wrap up Big Ben. And Tully Banta-Kane.
Man, the league is such about matchups, man. And I'm telling you, this New England defense came to play today.
Patriots on top 10-3. How about Danny Woodhead here on 3rd and 6? 2 yards. So after the play, Tom Brady fired up that his teammates are not quite getting the message.
Yeah, that's a rare time.
Patriots on top 10-3 at the break. Third quarter still up 10-3, and it's Brady to Wes Welker, who has missed Randy Moss.
Yeah, he has, and they're getting a lot of this little underneath stuff, playing small ball, but I like their game plan. It's very effective.
10th play of the drive, and Brady has some beautiful play action to Gronkowski. It's his second touchdown of the game. Patriots on top 17-3.
Great game plan, Patriots has. Great game plan.
So will the Steelers offense ever be able to get going? Roethlisberger looking for his deep threat, and Mike Wallace is incomplete, but Brandon Merriweather called for pass interference. And that set up this. Roethlisberger.
Here comes the blitz.
To the rookie from SMU, looking for Emmanuel Sanders.
Hines Ward was missing. That's where Hines Ward would be.
And Jeff Reed misses a 26-yard field goal to the Patriots. The Steelers get no points there. Tom Brady wants it back in a big way to Brandon Tate. 45 yards to the 35.
He's their speed guy now. He's good in turns, and he's a deep threat.
All right, 1st and 15 now. It's Brady to Wes Welker. 16 yards to the 24. 7th play of the drive. 2nd and goal. And Brady says, I'll keep it myself.
A little goose play. Now, he likes the alignment with the defensive tackles wide and outside the A-gaps. Goose to center. Away we go for the touchdown.
Pat on the butt, Coach.
That's it.
Center, let's go. And they go.
Miss the extra point. 23-3. Ben Roethlisberger to Sanders, the rookie from SMU. It's an 11-yard gain. And on the very next play, it is Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace.
This guy's a big play, waiting to happen.
20 yards to the 6. 1st and goal. And it's Roethlisberger back to Sanders with Hines Ward out of the game with a neck injury. It is Roethlisberger hooking up with Sanders. 23-10. All right, 5th play now, the ensuing Patriots drive, and Brady incomplete there, called for intentional grounding.
Yeah, nobody in the area, but he was still in the pocket.
So the Patriots are forced to punt. And on the next Steelers possession, Roethlisberger's looking for Antoine Randall. It's deflected and picked off by James Sanders. And Sanders is gone 32 yards for the touchdown to put the Patriots on top 29-10. And they would go for 2 and come up short. Steelers, though, with 7+ minutes left in the game, not giving up. Roethlisberger to Randall, 15 yards down to the 23. And on the 5th play of the drive, it's Roethlisberger, Dion, back to Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace is leading the league in average yards per catch for his 2nd year straight. This guy's incredible.
Big Ben and company adding a 2-point conversion, 29-18. But every time the Steelers got close, Coach, Patriots turned on the gas.
They were blitzing right there, and it was very well protected, and he hits his rookie tight end again for a touchdown.
Gronkowski's 3rd touch of the game. So the Steelers come back, and it's Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace. And so it ended up turning into a shootout here. And now on a 3rd and 2, Roethlisberger looking for Wallace again all day. and he finds him for the 33-yard touchdown strike.
He is playing well, man. He not only goes deep, he goes across the middle and makes the tough catches.
All right, the Steelers, of course, trying an onside kick. And big fella, Algie Crumpler, scoops it up. So the Patriots go into Pittsburgh, and Hines Ward knocked out of the game with a neck injury. And they come up with the big victory here, 39-26. Tom Brady, 350 yards, 3 touchdown passes, all to Rob Gronkowski.
Against Vince Young either. What you read from Steve White, go to NFL.com to read this fascinating article on what happened. As for the Steelers and the Raiders in Pittsburgh, first time these two are playing with both teams having at least a share of first place since 1973. And Hines Ward is back after getting knocked out of last week's game. And Rashard Mendenhall knocked over half the Raiders defense in getting the first touchdown of the game for Pittsburgh. In the second quarter, Ben Roethlisberger to Heath Miller. And speaking of knocking over, back in the pocket, Richard Seymour and Chris Kimolacci go at it. And then
what is going on? Whoa. What's really? Stop, guys. Don't you know it's money out there?
I'd be jealous of the hair.
That's at least 50,000.
Roethlisberger running his way into the end zone. Ben putting his head through it. Touchdown. 14-3 Steelers. Next Steelers possession. Roethlisberger throws left to Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, that's not my son, but he's close to it. SMU product.
Back in the pocket. Seymour not going after a lineman. Bryce Roethlisberger trying to get up. There's a flag in the play.
Are they still in the game? How are they still in the game?
Oh, that's a right hook. Down goes Frazier.
Wow, what's and out goes Seymour. He got the game.
He had to leave. He probably lost $100,000 after today.
21-3 at the half. The Steelers are up. Look who came in.
Man, come on, man.
Are you kidding me?
Bruce Gronkowski beat these guys in Pittsburgh last year.
Last December.
Yeah, but Campbell has been balling all year for you.
Campbell got knocked around and knocked out of the game, essentially. But Doc B did not have a performance to lead this team back. And Mike Wallace taking this shorty all the way.
A linebacker trying to cover Mike Wallace.
116 yards for Wallace, not on that play overall. And the Steelers crush, rebound nicely from that home loss to the Patriots by winning 35-3. The Rams, a long week gets longer for Denver. Let's go to Buffalo, New York. The bearded Ryan Fitzpatrick trying to stick it to the Steelers after 2 straight wins. Except Fitzpatrick gets stuck by Sean Nelson. Penalty on the play. Actually, gets stuck by James Harrison, and here we go again.
No. Oh, no. Are they picking on James Harrison?
Can I get his fine money to my youth organization?
3 plays later.
He's straight for 5 years.
Fitzpatrick over the middle to Fred Jackson, and he's running free, and he is gone.
You got to love the middle screen now. Get those big guys out in front of the running back over the ball. See ya.
The Bills haven't done anything all game, and now suddenly it's a 6-point Steeler lead. Into the fourth quarter we go. It's a 3-point Steeler lead. Rashard Mendenhall coughs up the football. Jairus Byrd ripped it out of his hands. And Ryan Lindell would tie the game after this great defensive play by Jairus Byrd.
Great play.
He had 9 picks last year. Not that many this year.
So it's a tie game, less than 9 minutes to go. Ben Roethlisberger trying to make the play on 3rd and 18. Picks him up, puts him down.
Run, Ben, run!
First down sets up the Steelers to take a field goal lead. Less than 3 minutes to go. Tipped through. Palomalu, what a diving pick.
Sooner or later, this guy's going to make a play.
So the game's over, right? I mean, it's over at this moment. That seals the deal. With all that hair and all that playmaking ability, well, the Bills get the ball back with 46 to go. Over the middle, David Nelson has the ball taken from him by Polamalu, but the boot buzzes down and says place that is called. He was down. Ryan Lindell sent the game into overtime with a field goal, and in overtime, Ryan Fitzpatrick to Steve Johnson, wide open for the win, and
Are you kidding me? Oh!
Want to get away?
It's game over.
That was like a wow win.
It was over. Ryan Fitzpatrick's offensive lineman was celebrating. So the Steelers get the ball back, and Roethlisberger buying time. Mike Wallace, 17-yard gain, and you could just begin feeling old Mo putting on a white shirt and a black helmet. Sean Schweicham for the win. It's good.
3 overtime losses.
And on the line, first place in the AFC North.
Oh, shit.
Ray Lewis and company looking to beat the Steelers for the second time this year. Ben Roethlisberger didn't play in that first matchup, and he's got a bum foot. And here he is dropped by Terrell Suggs and Haloti Ngata.
And Suggs played well all day. He pressured Ben Roethlisberger. He got in his face.
Yeah, Ngata breaking Ben Roethlisberger's nose right there. Now Flacco from in the middle of his end zone to Anquan Boldin. 61 yards to the 36.
4 verticals. Coach, call the play, man.
Yeah, that's just too jet all go. You try to pop it in there between the safeties. Throw it in there, Joe.
Love it when you talk football.
10th play of the drive, and Michael, how does Anquan Boldin get so open?
I don't know how you lose Anquan Boldin, but when you're playing near the end zone, you can always go to the back of the end zone. The cornerbacks, DBs, they will lose you. You can come out and find some open room. That's what Anquan Boldin did.
7-3 Ravens in the third quarter. Flacco able to get away from trouble. And he scrambles 14 yards.
Great slide. Can you teach Mike Vick that?
Ike Taylor called for illegal contact. And now in the 12th play of the drive, Flacco looking for Ray Rice. It's incomplete. And so Baltimore having to settle for a field goal up 10-3. It's suing Steelers possession here. Roethlisberger is going to be dropped by Jerry Johnson, loses the ball.
Oh, sugar. Big man with football.
Bam! That's a big fella.
That's a big man's dream.
That's a big
All right, there's a penalty on the play, though. Haruki Nakamura called for defensive holding on Heath Miller, so it's an automatic first down.
Good call.
Why are you
All right, now on a 3rd and 1, Isaac Redmond stopped for no gain. So the Steelers are going to rush to the line of scrimmage here for a 4th down try, 4th and 1. And Ben Roethlisberger's hard count. It's going to draw Cody Redding for offsides, another neutral zone infraction. And now a first down at the Steelers' 40. And then on the very next play, Ben Roethlisberger looking for Heath Miller. But Miller is hit hard by Jameel McClain, and Miller stayed down on the field for several minutes. Corey Redding immediately signaling for the trainers to take a look at him. No penalty on the play, which is remarkable.
Yeah.
The other thing better was that Heath Miller was able to get up and walk off the field by himself. Roethlisberger now to Emmanuel Sanders for 28 yards. Get up, roll in.
He got touched. Ed Reed touched him going by.
What about Big Ben's mobility just to make that play?
3 plays later now, it's Roethlisberger to Michael Wallace, but he's stacked up.
But what a great job by the defense, not attacking the runner with the football, but just building a wall to stop him from going in the end zone.
All right, led to a Sean Sweezen field goal. Remember, they got him just a few weeks ago. Here come the Steelers again. Roethlisberger to Michael Wallace.
That's what I'm talking about. When you attack the runner like that, you make a miss, and he can pick up another 12, 13 yards.
2nd and 8 now. Redding, who had a really solid game, is going to get to Big Ben. So the Steelers ended up punting at the end of this drive. And the Ravens up 4. But Troy Polamalu, he is so hard to account for, comes up with the sack and the strip. Lamar Woodley going the other way for the Steelers. Yeah. Polamalu just so key.
And the protection did not account for him. They didn't slide. They didn't have a back to his side. Here he comes, and it's a sack and a strip.
All right, so here come the Steelers now. The 1st and goal. Big Ben Roethlisberger. T-Sizzle had him wrapped up. He just couldn't bring him down.
It's the play of the game right there.
Ben is strong, huge, strong, and very athletic.
All right, so 2 plays later now on a 3rd and goal. It is Roethlisberger, dumps it off to Redmond.
Get him on the ground.
Who keeps turning.
Get him on the ground. You never got him on the ground. Oh, what a play.
Steelers on top, 13-10. They were down for the majority of this football game. 2:05 left on a 4th and 2. It's Flacco to Anquan Boldin for an 8-yard gain. So the Ravens are still alive. They just need a field goal to tie it and send it in overtime.
Here's what separates the good from the great, though, Fran. It's the quarterbacks that can consistently take their team down the field and get a score late in the game. Those are the quarterbacks that will make a move in this league this season.
Flacco steps up looking for Derek Mason, but there's a penalty on the play. Bryant McFadden called for pass interference.
Not a good play by the defender. Not a good play at all. Get back on that sideline, soon.
And so the Ravens are still in business. 49 seconds left. Flacco to Dixon. A 3-yard gain to the 31, but Dixon cannot get out of bounds. So the Ravens had to burn their final timeout. 37 seconds left. It's 4th and 2. Flacco looking for Dixon again, and it tipped and broke it up.
That's the game. Took away his initial read on the front side. Great jam by the corner.
Jammed up Anquan Bolden on the front side. Flacco couldn't get to the backside fast enough.
Pittsburgh Steelers had to have it. They didn't lead until late in the fourth quarter, but they go on to win 13-10.
Big Ben with his new nose, looking like Jack Nicholson in Chinatown. Behind that visor. And Carson Palmer having a brutal season. I mean, it was all on, let's be honest.
You don't say?
Well, it's been all on him. They got Carson, they got T.O. and Ocho, and we all knew it was going to be on Carson Palmer to make it work.
Benson.
And it's another pick six for Carson Palmer. That's Troy Polamalu's second career interception off of Palmer alone. Both of them returned for touchdowns. And it's a T.O. Carson check. As for Ben Roethlisberger, he finds Hines Ward, who passes Art Monk for 10th all-time on the receptions list.
He's not pretty, but he's so strong in the pocket. He does not go down.
Palmer in the fourth quarter is looking for Ocho. Down 13-7. So Cincinnati's still in this thing.
Ocho is
until this
is 8, right? But that's 6.
There's Carson Palmer. Second pick six of the day for Carson. Again, he's having a brutal year. Marvin Lewis's team's lost 10 in a row. 10 in a row.
Santa!
He's loving the weather in Pittsburgh. It's cold. And the opening kickoff of the game for the Jets, who needed a great start desperately. They got it from one of the Puddin' Pie Award winners here on NFL Network's Thanksgiving night. Brad Smith takes the opening kickoff, 97 yards. There's a flag on the play, but the refs pick it up. It counts.
He didn't hold it up, right?
Yeah, he won't go prime time either.
So, second quarter, the Jets still don't score an offensive touchdown in the first quarter. They still haven't done that since week 4. And with Heath Miller out, Ben Roethlisberger finds his backup, Matt Spaeth, a 96-yard drive, longest touchdown drive the Jets defense has given up this year. That ties the game at 7. Steelers now down by 10-7, but Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace on a fake spike.
Oh, come on, Ben.
Oh, man, right. That hits
come
right,
on, Ben.
That hits right at the psyche of the Jet fan. Right at the psyche of the Jet fan. And the Jets needing this win after 2 straight losses with no offensive touchdowns. They still don't have an offensive touchdown at this point in the game. Opening drive of the second half for Ben Roethlisberger. He hits Mike Wallace 23 yards for a first down. 4 plays later, Rashard Mendenhall gaining the edge and hitting people, running downhill, running over people, down to the Jets 4. And the Steelers take the opening drive of the second half right down the gut, taking it into the end zone with Mendenhall, and they're up 17-10.
That's the kind of football they really want to play in that weather. Run the football, play a little smash mouth.
So the Jets now needing to respond on the plus side of the field. Sanchez off the play fake. Braylon Edwards takes the hit. Tack on 15 more as Ryan Clark is called for unnecessary roughness, launching
That'd
at
be
the receiver.
15, 25,000. You cannot jump and throw your body into the receiver.
And Roethlisberger cannot believe the extra 15 yards. 4 plays later, it's 4th and 1 from the 7. They go for it. What do you think about this call?
Great call. Great fake by Sanchez. Everybody sold the run. And even the cameraman was
And
fooled.
that's the first offensive touchdown for the Jets since Thanksgiving night, the night that Brad Smith won that Puddin' Pie. Fireman heads traveling, everybody. We are with the Jets with 5 minutes to go. It's Antonio Holmes. The Jets up by 3, picking up a first down 3 plays later. Right on the Steelers 47, 3rd and 6. LaDainian Tomlinson direct snappage.
Nice patience, waiting for the blocking to set up.
But he goes out of bounds. 3 plays later, 3rd and 5. The Steelers having all of their timeouts left still. The Jets throw for it, incomplete. Rex Ryan punts the ball back to the Steelers again, who have all their timeouts left. 2:45 to go. Jason Taylor with the big play.
Huge. Good penetration inside. Got the safety, tackled him over the goal line. He did not cross the goal line with the ball at all.
Takes Mewelde Moore down.
He missed the block.
A 5-point lead, but the Jets getting the ball back.
I turned my TV off right there.
Off the safety, don't pick up a first down. They go 3 and out, and the Steelers don't have to use all of their timeouts left. They have a 2-minute warning still, but they have to go the length of the field. Ben Roethlisberger on 3rd and 24 after a big sack of Ben finds a wide-open Emmanuel Sanders for a first down.
When the Jets play zone defense, people are finding windows and lanes and completions better than against man.
6 plays later, it's 3rd and 10, still 3rd and long. This is picked up again for a 16-yard gain to Antonio Brown. Steelers spike the ball with 9 ticks to go. They can start throwing it in the end zone, and Roethlisberger does throw it in the end zone. It's incomplete. Look for Matt Spaeth. 2 ticks to go. Could the Jets, like the Giants, lose on the last play of the game in Week 15? Roethlisberger extending the play as only he usually does. This one in the end zone. Incomplete.
No. Great play.
And the Jets hang on. Tonight on Thursday Night Football on NFL Network, Troy Polamalu missing his 2nd consecutive game. Again, this is just 4 days after Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers lost in this building to the Jets. They haven't lost back-to-back games in December in Pittsburgh since 1998, and they came out against a 2-win team and put their foot on the throat with a Heath Miller reception inside the red zone, and then basically after Ben Roethlisberger escapes here and finds Emmanuel Sanders, it looked like the Steelers were on the board, but John Fox has a red hanky. He threw it, and sure enough, Sanders did not make this catch.
Yeah, somebody upstairs saw this on the replay, and it was a smart challenge. Right there, the ball hits the ground. That's an incomplete pass. Good challenge by John Fox.
So that led to a Sean Schweitzum field goal. 3-0. Sean Schweitzum. It's 3-0 Pittsburgh. Second quarter, Roethlisberger is sacked by Charles Johnson, and wouldn't you know it, this man who had his nose surgically repaired a couple weeks ago, he's now bleeding from that nose again. Getting looked at it on the sideline. Ensuing Panthers possession, though, Jimmy Clausen. Jimmy's getting upset because he's picked off by Brian McFadden. David Geddes didn't really go
Yeah, David's got to go find that ball and break it up and make sure it's not intercepted.
But instead, it was intercepted, and the Steelers began to move down the field. The first play after the interception, Heath Miller, who had a nice night coming back from missing 2 games with a concussion. And then this bang, bang, bang play to Mike Wallace for the score.
Blitz read. Big Ben read it perfectly. Mike Wallace is emerging as a playmaker in our game.
43-yard score. Roethlisberger went inside to get that nose looked at a little more. 2 possessions later, he didn't miss any time in the game. There's Emmanuel Sanders right there for 35 yards.
SMU!
Down to the Panthers, 29. 4 plays later, 3rd and goal. Rashard Mendenhall rushes it in. 17-0. The Steelers would get an easy 3 right before the end of the half after the Panthers turned it over on the ensuing kickoff. So it's 20-0 at half. 3rd quarter, Roethlisberger thrown to Hines Ward. But we've got a flag on the play. Richard Marshall called for pass interference. 3 plays later, 3rd goal, and Big Ben is tall. That's why they call him Big Ben. And it's a touchdown. 27-0. Steelers go on to win 27-3. And as I mentioned several times, the Steelers are 1 win away next week in Cleveland from being the AFC North champ. If the Ravens lose any of their last 2 games, they're in Cleveland this week and then at Cincinnati the next. Then that would give the AFC North to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers looking to clinch the number 2 spot in the playoffs. Colt McCoy making his 8th career start, and Troy Polamalu is back for Pittsburgh. Good news after missing the last 2 games. Made his presence felt early in the game. Colt McCoy pass intended for Ben Watson. And how did Troy Polamalu make that interception? His 7th of the season. He just has a nose for the ball. Makes the diving grab. Great field position for Pittsburgh because on the very next play, Ben Roethlisberger goes deep for Mike Wallace on the post. And he is there. Burned the Cleveland Browns secondary. His longest catch of the season. A 56-yard score. Wallace's 10th touchdown. Steelers up 7-0, and they just kept it rolling right after that on the slant route. Mike Wallace again, just too hot to handle for Cleveland. Broke it 41 yards all the way down to the 12, led to a 1-yard touchdown run by Rashard Mendenhall. Steelers go up 14-0. Wallace went over the century mark, 105 yards on 3 catches. Roethlisberger with a dump off to Rashard Mendenhall out of the backfield. He picks up 24 yards. Mendenhall, right after that, another 1-yard touchdown run to cap off that drive. Steelers went up 21-3. Mendenhall, 13 rushing touchdowns on the season. But the rough day continued for Colt McCoy. That time intercepted by Ryan Clark. Another diving interception for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tripped up after a 23-yard return after 24. Colt McCoy breaking his helmet in disgust. He had 3 interceptions in the first half, his second straight game with 3 picks. And then Roethlisberger made him pay once again. His second touchdown pass of the game, that to Heath Miller. Steelers up big, 31-3 at the half, and it only continued from there. Ben Roethlisberger finding Heath Miller, and the Steelers were just muscling the Browns around all over the field, pushing them around. Heath Miller, 55 yards on 4 catches and the touchdown. Then 10 plays later, a 1st and goal at the 3. How about a trick play? Antoine Randall L off the pitch, and he finds Hines Ward for the touchdown. Randall L, only 2 passes on the season. Both went for touchdowns. Steelers clinch a first-round bye and the 2 seed in the playoffs. Browns lose 4 straight to end the year. They finish 5-11.
Let's take you right to Pittsburgh for the trilogy. Steelers and Ravens take 3. Big Ben Roethlisberger has won his last 6 starts against Joe Flacco.
I don't know about him.
And the Ravens opening kickoff. Ladarius Webb finds a seam.
That's not the way you want to start, but look at the kicker making a play.
Sean Sweetham wraps him up. Now Webb gets up, but as you see right there, his elbow is down. Mike Tomlin challenged, and he won. And so the Ravens offense had to back it up 14 yards. And they couldn't do anything with it. On the ensuing Steelers possession, Rashard Mendenhall comes up with a 2-yard gain, but look at Hines Ward, Ed Reed getting after it.
Yeah, I don't know why the flag's thrown on Hines Ward there. I mean, he's just playing good, hard, physical football like he's known for. He didn't grab a face mask. He didn't hold.
You get a restraining order for that kind of stuff, Coach.
3rd and 12. Big Ben Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace. 20 yards and a Steelers first down. On the very next play, it is Roethlisberger looking for Mike Wallace. Deep downfield, Josh Wilson called for pass interference. You agree?
It's a good call, a little panic on the play from the defender. He just showed Mike Wallace catching some short. Now you're going to take him deep. I like the play call.
Rashard Mendenhall playing in his first career playoff game. Remember, he was hurt when they won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Steelers on top, 7-0. Here come the Ravens on a 3rd and 3. Joe Flacco to T.J. Houshmandzadeh. 9 yards and a first down. And then watch this. Ike Taylor with a little headbutt there that the officials didn't see.
I like that. You like that? This is what you get in this type of game. This is the physicality and the nastiness that these 2 teams provoke.
3rd and 15. Flacco. Incomplete to Derek Mason. Anthony Madison called for pass interference. So a couple of big pass interference calls early on. 2nd and 10 now. Ray Rice rolls in from 14 yards away. Ties the game at 7. His first career touchdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so the Steelers trying to make something happen. Terrell Suggs lights up Ben Roethlisberger, and nobody wants to pick up the football. No whistle. It's a live ball. Corey Redding is there, scoops it up, and it's a touchdown for the Ravens. This is unbelievable. First off, even if you think it's an incomplete pass because the ball goes forward, but it's clear that it's not. Coach, how are players not all over this football?
Yeah, I mean, you've been told since you were in Pop Warner football, play to the whistle, play through the whistle. But only a couple guys did there. It ends up being a Baltimore touchdown.
First of all, you can't pump a ball 3 times and expect not to get sacked. Let's start right there.
Mike Tomlin challenged the ruling on the field as a fumble, but the ruling on the field stood. So right away, the Steelers were out of challenges. Rashard Mendenhall, he loses the rock. Ed Reed there to recover. Tomlin couldn't challenge because he was out of challenges, but he would have lost that challenge as well. That ball clearly out early. 3 plays later now for the Ravens on a 3rd and 7. It's Flacco. Nice job moving out of the pocket. It's Ray Rice who's able to avoid Troy Polamalu, which we don't see very often.
That's 2 missed tackles by Troy Polamalu early in this game.
So the Ravens pick up a first down. 3rd and goal now. Flacco to Todd Heap. Heap had a record 10 catches for over 100 yards a week ago. and he gets a touchdown there. And Baltimore rolling 21-7. Steelers trying to make something happen. Big Ben to Emmanuel Sanders for a 13-yard gain. And now here comes Sean Sweezum to add 3 points this year. 8 of 9 from 40 yards or longer. But he's wide left on a 43-yard field goal. So the Steelers go into the locker room down 2 touchdowns at half. But in the third quarter, early on, there were signs that the tide was starting to change. Ray Rice hadn't fumbled a football in over 400 touches. But Lamar Woodley there to recover after Ryan Clark pokes it out.
Yeah, he got sloppy with the football. You got to tuck that thing away when you're in traffic, especially when you're on the road. Boy, turnovers on the road will kill you.
So here comes Mendenhall, 14 yards for a first down. And on a 1st and goal, it is Big Ben to Heath Miller. You keep giving this Steelers offense opportunities, Prime. They're going to take advantage of it.
They're going to take advantage. Big Ben is going to deliver the ball where it needs to go. He's a heads-up quarterback and well aware of the defense.
21-14, Steelers down by 7. Ravens looking for a big chunk here. Flacco, though, too far for Todd Heap. Ryan Clark is there. What a game Ryan Clark had.
Ryan Clark came up big today. An ill-advised pass. First down. You don't try to just take over right then.
He was too deliberate. He was too deliberate in his delivery.
Great turnover.
3rd and 6. Big Ben to Ward. Touchdown. And all of a sudden, we're tied up at 21. And it looked like we were going down to the wire for another classic Ravens-Steelers matchup. The last 4 games between these two teams decided by 3 points. Ravens having issues. Joe Flacco fumbles a snap. Brett Kiesel was their coach. What is going on with this football team in the third quarter?
It seemed to me that they got a little flustered. All of a sudden, the momentum that the Pittsburgh Steelers started to gain, started to work on their psyche, the crowd gets into it, and they got a little bit flustered. And then that's not typical of a Ravens team because that's a tough-minded football team.
Great job by Ben Roethlisberger here. He did it a couple times, acted like he was just trying to draw the Ravens offside, and then finally went under center. Snapped it.
Being 6'5", 260.
And leaned
that
it
helps
over
a little bit, Frank.
as well. Gets away right there. Terrell Suggs wraps him up. Terrell Suggs had a great day. 3 sacks on the day. 5 sacks in 2 playoff games this year. Led to a Sean Sweezum field goal, 24-21 Pitt on top. Flacco harassed by James Harrison on a 3rd and 11. And Harrison injured on the play, but Harrison given credit for the sack. He also had a monster day. So on the ensuing Steelers possession on a 3rd and 7, the Ravens get what they want, a 3 and out. So they're forced to punt, trying to get back into this ball game. And it is Webb who makes a nice spin move there. And Webb with some room, weaving his way. 55 yards for the touchdown. But there's a flag on the play. Marcus Smith called for holding. Ticky-tack-ty-out or legitimate?
No, legitimate. This was a game-changing play right at this moment.
So instead of getting a touchdown there and the lead, Baltimore is going to end up having to settle for a field goal as Flacco hits Todd Heap. It's a 21-yard gain. And here's why on 3rd and goal, Anquan Bolden hits him right in his chest. This is why they went out and got him.
Yeah, 2 veteran receivers let him down at crucial moments in tonight's game, and you wouldn't think that out of those 2 guys.
Bolden had just 1 reception on the day. Billy Cundiff from 24 yards away. Cundiff on his way to the Pro Bowl. Game tied up at 24. Steelers get it back. 3rd and 10. Big play right there to Hines Ward. Ward's been making those kind of catches his entire career. 12 yards. Now on a 3rd and 19. Antonio Brown, this is the first year of his career. And he comes up big. It's a 58-yard grab down to the Ravens 4.
How can you allow someone to beat you deep, 3rd and 19, in a playoff game? Unbelievable.
You know, a little David Tyree action from 3 years ago. Ravens still have all 3 timeouts. 3rd and goal, it's Mendenhall, and he pushes his way into the end zone. Mendenhall with his second rushing touchdown of the day. Steelers on top 31-24. It was a penalty on the play. Chris Kemoatu, what are you doing? What are you thinking?
Well, he got away with it earlier in the game, and they caught him this time, and it cost him.
And so the Steelers have to back the ball all the way up to their 15 to kick it off. And look at the great field position the Ravens are going to get. LaRon McClain inside Pittsburgh territory to the 48. And so the Ravens trying to tie this game. Joe Flacco looking for Derek Mason. Almost picked off by William Gay.
Way to go up to his highest point to try to retrieve the ball.
Yeah, nice job by Mason. Try to knock it loose. 3rd and 10. Ziggy Hood drops Flacco.
I love that name.
The Ravens used their last time out with 1:09 left. So here we go. 4th and 18. And Joe Flacco with a perfect pass, but TJ Houshmandzadeh cannot squeeze it. Unbelievable, Coach.
Yeah, well, first Bolden drops one in the end zone, and then TJ Houshmandzadeh drops this one. When you got that caliber player needs to make that type of play. That's why they're making the money that they're making. No one more disappointed than those two guys, but they've got to make those catches.
So after being down 21-7, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they win it 31-24. They are going to the conference championship game for the 5th time in 10 years.
What an exciting game we just saw in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers going at it. Rex Ryan, after knocking out the New England Patriots, trying to make it 3 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks bagged in a row. LaDainian Tomlinson trying to take Santonio Holmes and the Jets back to the Super Bowl for the first time in 42 years.
We asked for this a long time ago. We ain't got to do nothing but play like a Jet.
LT's never played in a Super Bowl, 4 quarters away, but the Steelers came out on fire in this game, even though early on Ben Roethlisberger can't complete it to Emmanuel Sanders. We did see a lot of Ed Hockley early on. That's 5 yards on Antonio Cromartie right there.
People today.
3 plays later, 5th play of the drive, Ben Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace. Move the chains on 3rd down. Just gets enough the first down. Move the chains. There are the chains that are moved.
Generous spot.
7 plays later, 12th play of the drive. Roethlisberger doing what he does.
That will be the theme. I like that, Rich.
And he knew where that yellow line was on the field.
12-yard gain on 3rd and 12. Move the chains. And then Roethlisberger to Hines Ward.
Doing
what he does.
What he does. I like that. Play with that, Rich.
Move the chains down to the 1-yard line. Pump fakeage all over the place. Marquise Pouncey, however, their Pro Bowl rookie All-World center, did not emerge from this play healthy. As you saw, Brian Thomas of the Jets rolled up on his leg. He would leave the game and leave the field on crutches. However, back on the field, Rashard Mendenhall and the running game came out and hit the Jets in the ground and pound. 9-minute drive to start the game, 15 plays, 7-0 Steelers. The Jets go 3 and out. Roethlisberger's pass intended for Emmanuel Sanders is incomplete, but Eric Smith is called for hitting a defenseless receiver.
I don't agree with this one.
Michael, you're
that was right here. And he pulled up off of the hit. It wasn't a run through.
So tried to avoid it. Tack on 15 yards. 4 plays later, Roethlisberger's pass on 4th and 1. They went for it. It's a freezing night in Pittsburgh. It was a 50-plus yard field goal, which is tough in Heinz Field in any conditions. So it's picked off by Brian Thomas.
He rushed them.
And that's the way the Steelers turn it over. But the offense of the Jets could not get anything going early on, but Rashard Mendenhall put 35-yard gain.
This looks like the old Steelers where they're going to pound you down and run the football and control it on the clock.
Isaac Redmond that gets in the act 2 plays later. However, the Jets defense would stiffen from here on out, hold the Steelers to just a field goal. It's 10-0. Now we show you a Jets offensive play midway through the 6-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. It's an incomplete pass. Jericho Cotchery can't grab the deflected ball. 4th punt of the game for the Jets already, while Roethlisberger was cruising. Finds his security blanket.
Doing what he does.
Buying himself more time in the pocket and finding his tight end downfield. So good at that.
He sidesteps pressure. He extends a play. If he extends it to the right.
Keep your eyes downfield. Keep your eyes downfield, big fella. Nice throw.
The Jets tried to keep him going left, but couldn't keep him from going right there. Bart Scott and Antonio Cromartie, the rest of the Jets defense left muttering themselves as Roethlisberger now throws left to Emmanuel Sanders. 2 plays after the Miller first down touchdown.
SMU.
2 plays later, Roethlisberger throws short to Mendenhall across the other side of the field. He slips, otherwise he might have gotten in the end zone down to the 2. Next play.
Marty didn't want that.
Thank you, Lord.
Roethlisberger does what he does.
Good coverage. There's nobody open, so Big Ben takes it himself.
The Steelers score the first 17 points of the game. Brian Thomas and the Jets left with their hands on their hips. Rex Ryan and the Jets were hit directly in the mouth. Less than 2 minutes to go in the half. Even more disaster. Sanchez goes down. He's sacked. William Gay. Part of Lamar Woodley gets him, and then 2 plays later, Ike Taylor hits him as he throws. William Gay picks the ball up. The ball is loose. There is no whistle.
Blocking. Look at the downfield blocking.
And you can see Ed Hockley ruled a touchdown. It's in the last 2 minutes of the half as Sanchez is coming up holding his non-throwing elbow. The booth buzzes down, and it's an empty hand. This is a correct call. It does look like his arm's coming forward, but there's an empty hand. That's a fumble. And therefore, 6 more points for the Steelers, 24-0. Wow. That's the way the AFC Championship game started. However, the Jets got the ball back, got 3 points on the board before the end of the first half, and got the ball to start the second half and came out like Rex Ryan peeled some paint off the doors in the locker room. There's Sean Green with a 23-yard gain on the first play of the second half. He would be dinged up. He would return. 3 plays later, 3rd and short. Santonio Holmes, his first catch of the game, a 16-yard pass play. And then the next play, Mark Sanchez with the fresh set of downs provided by Santonio. He makes a play, as does Holmes, down the field, 45-yard touchdown. Jets make it a 24-10 game.
Watch the corner, Mike. He falls down, he puts his hand up, and this is an improvise between a veteran receiver and a young quarterback. Well done.
Ensuing Steelers possession. Can the Jets get him 3 and out? They can, even though Chris Wilson almost picked off Roethlisberger. The ball goes right off the rookie's grill. And that is crucial because why are we showing the punt? It's usually a return or a boo-boo. And as you can see, it is neither except that boo-boo right there. Jamal Westerman is called for roughing Jeremy Kapanos, the punter. And that's essentially a turnover.
If you didn't know Jamal before the game, you know him now.
And it's not running into it. It's roughing. It's 15 yards.
That's the big one.
So that puts the ball back in the Steelers' hands, right at midfield. Now they're on the plus side of the field. Ben Roethlisberger extending the play, but he goes to his left, which usually is the way you want him to go. And you can see what happens there. He throws it, a pick by Brodney Poole. So the Jets don't get burned. They just lose some field position and lose some time off the clock with that roughing the kicker. What do the Jets do with this opportunity? Braylon Edwards plants 1 foot out of bounds on 3rd down, so the Jets can't move the ball. They're still down 24-10, less than 90 ticks to go in the 3rd quarter when Trevor Price bags him some Ben Roethlisberger. Steelers now forced to punt. Ensuing Jets possession, needing some points. Can they get it right before the end of the 3rd quarter? They do get a first down at least. Braylon Edwards, 18-yard gain to the 37-yard line. 2 plays later, we are in the 4th quarter. And we see Mark Sanchez looking for his binky. That would be his tight end, Dustin Keller. Nice play on the sideline.
Nice throw up and over the top of the linebacker to the sidelines. Well done by Mark Sanchez.
3 plays later, 3rd and short. Sanchez goes for his tight end again. This one over the middle. Keller moved the chains. 3 plays later.
He's a tough matchup.
9th play of the drive. Sean Green on 3rd and 3 is stopped just shy.
That was a hit right there, man. A collision between 2 guys with the will to win.
Well, it's sort of helmet to helmet there, but it wasn't called. 4th and 1. What do? They give it to Sean Green over the right side, and he picks it up.
It's a power back. Now this guy reminds me of the other guy, Mendenhall.
2 plays later, 12th play of the drive. 2nd and 18 after a fumbled snap. Sean Green takes most of it right back as he trucks Ryan Clark for a 16-yard gain. First down at the 8-yard line. Next play, not first down, it's 3rd and 2. Now it's a first down. Mark Sanchez to Jericho Cotchery taken down at the 2.
Call.
3 plays later, 16th play of the drive, 3rd and 1. Sanchez almost picked by Lamar Woodley. But as you can see, there's less than 8 minutes to go now in the 4th quarter, and the Jets still haven't scored a point. They're still down by 2 touchdowns. And 4th and 1, LT is stopped. Stopped. The Jets take 8 minutes off the clock and score 0 points. Turnover on downs. Let's hit the Wayback Machine. Why do we show this to you? Because the last time the Steelers were in this end zone against the Jets, it was in Week 15, and Jason Taylor came up with the safety. We showed you Marquise Pouncey's out of this game, their Pro Bowl young center. Here's a mishandled snap right there.
That's what you worry about with a new center in the game. It's a safety.
By Ben Roethlisberger. That is 2 more points for the New York Jets.
The ball never came up. It's clearly the center's fault. We'll get another shot at it.
So, the Jets now 24-12. What do they do with 7:30 to go? Sanchez avoids Woodley's rush, and he finds Braylon Edwards, who does get both feet down. Now with 7.5 minutes to go, it's 3rd and 1. Less than 6 minutes to go. Sanchez trips, handing the ball off to LT, who trips over his quarterback. It's now 4th and short again. Jets go into the air. 1st down, Braylon Edwards.
Nice call. Nice location. Threw it on the body, Mike, not out in front. Perfect location with football.
But they still need 2 scores, even with the safety. 4 minutes to go. Here's Dustin Keller, 1st down, but the clock is moving. Less than 4 minutes to go now for the Jets, needing 2 touchdowns to get the lead. 2nd and goal, 3 minutes to go. Here's Jericho Cotchery in the end zone.
It's a pick play. 20 wide open.
24-19 as the Jets go for 1 and kick the ball off, needing to get the ball back. They had all 3 timeouts left. 2nd down, Roethlisberger rolls to his right, extends the play, finds Heath Miller to move the chains. The Jets have a 2-minute warning and 2 timeouts left, so they cannot afford to give up yet 1 more 1st down. Roethlisberger on 3rd and 6. Here's essentially the game. He extends the play to his right and on the run finds the receiver. The Steelers drafted to make up for the trade of Santonio Holmes. It's Antonio Brown who provides the game-winning 1st down, and Rex is dejected. Sanchez trying to rally the troops as Ben Roethlisberger, his season that started in such disastrous straits, winds up with a 3rd Super Bowl trip of his career. 24-19 is the final score. The Steelers scored the first 24 points of this game. The Jets scored the final 19 points of this game, and not enough, even though it was a furious comeback for the 6-seeded Jets, who had so many late game victories. They just could not pull out another on the road in the AFC title game. So it's now 42 years and counting for the Jets since they've been back to the Super Bowl. And the Steelers go back to the Super Bowl 2 years after they won it to try to get a 7th. I am Rich Eisen, giving you highlights of Super Bowl 45. The Pittsburgh Steelers trying to win one for the city of Pittsburgh for a 7th time. Look who's doing the coin toss.
Boy, that man is left-handed.
Deion Sanders getting the coin toss. The Steelers lost the toss. Eventually, the Packers get the ball. Jordy Nelson almost had a touchdown catch to start things off well for the Green Bay Packers, but it went right through his hands. The Steelers getting the ball back. The ensuing play, Heath Miller can't corral it. Steelers forced to punt as the defenses ruled the day early on in Super Bowl 45. Next Packers possession, 6th play of Aaron Rodgers escapes, dumps it off to Brandon Jackson, who pushes it inside the 40-yard line.
Showing his mobility in making a play.
3 plays later, Rodgers looking deep for Jordy Nelson. This time it works. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Great job by Jordy Nelson getting back in front of the defensive back and shielding him from the football.
9 plays, 80 yards. Packers strike first at 7-0. Big Ben, next possession. He is picked by Nick Collins. Roethlisberger hit as he threw. And now the Packers are up 14-0 with 2 snaps of the football.
This is a double move now. Ill-advised throw by Ben. Safety Nick Collins, who made 3 Pro Bowls, intercepts it and goes yard.
Howard Green was the one who ran right through and hit Roethlisberger as he threw.
And I believe Pittsburgh lost Flozell Adams on this play as well. Right tackle.
Adding injury to the insult. They're down 14-0 with ticks remaining in the first quarter. Roethlisberger trying to get things going, but Heath Miller can't corral that pass, and Roethlisberger came up limping a little bit. Next play, though, he didn't look any worse to wear as he's forced to tuck it and does what
we've seen him do this all year. Get out of the pocket and make a play with your legs, man.
That led to a field goal by Sean Schweitzum. It's 14-3 as Pittsburgh Steelers in the second quarter getting the first down. right there to Emmanuel Sanders. That led to the Sean Schwiestem field goal. But Sanders came down hard, and he would not return to the game. A tough blow for the kid from SMU here in North Texas. 14-3 with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. That is a caught pass by Donald Driver. This would be his last play of the game.
You can see his ankle twist up under the pile, and this guy is a competitor. So when you see him going out, you know something's wrong.
He got his ankle tangled underneath. Seventh play of the next Steelers drive. Roethlisberger is picked off again as the ball was knocked around and eventually corralled by Jared Bush.
Aggressive defense.
And the Packers trying to turn that pick into points, and they do. What a throw from Rodgers to Greg Jennings.
He thread the needle right here to Greg Jennings in the seam. Linebacker doesn't make a play. Get it in there before the safeties can close.
What a catch by Jennings, too. We see the same play with younger receivers, and they did not make that play tonight.
21-3. The Steelers needing to score, however, right before the end of the half, because the Packers are going to get the ball first after the black-eyed peas. So what does the Steelers do? They find Antoine Randall L. for 37 yards. Next play, Roethlisberger looking deep for Mike Wallace. Charles Woodson, he makes a great play on the ball and breaks his collarbone on the play. He would be done for the day.
He's your leader, emotional leader, your physical leader, and your team captain.
What a way to lay out, and that would be the end of Charles Woodson's Super Bowl 45 right there. 4 plays later, 6th play of the drive, Roethlisberger looks for his MVP wide receiver, and he finds Hines Ward inside the 10-yard line. Next play, Roethlisberger looking for his MVP wide receiver, and he finds him in the end zone. Touchdown. Big-time score by the Steelers.
That's the way to uncover in the end zone as a receiver, especially a veteran receiver like Hines Ward.
Third quarter, Charles Woodson comes out in his PJs. That is not the sign you want to see, but Rodgers puts the ball right on James Jones's hands, and he drops it.
That's what I was talking about. Same play right there. You cannot let these balls go. James Jones and I talk all the time. I know how much that bothers you.
That was 6. Instead of 6, they have to punt the ball away, and look what the Steelers did with it. That's Rashard Mendenhall on the first play in the ensuing possession. 17-yard run. 3 plays later, Isaac Redman around the edge on 3rd and 1. Takes it to the 10-yard line.
Collins took a bad angle, but great vision by Redman.
Next play, Rashard Mendenhall between the tackles. Touchdown. It's 21-17. 14 unanswered Steeler points, and Old Mo is wearing black and gold. 3rd and 7. Next possession for Aaron Rodgers. The Packers. He is sacked for the first time of the game. James Harrison gets him. Mike Tomlin's fired up. He gets the ball back now with a chance to take the lead. Down 21-3 at one point. It's 21-17. Roethlisberger gets sacked on 3rd and 13. Huge play by Frank Zombo. Out comes Sean Schwiestem, and he yanks it left from 52 yards. Charles Woodson can't even cheer without hurting. 21-17. Packers still lead. 3rd and 10. 2 possessions later, Rodgers looking for Brett Swain. Just when you thought it would be complete, it's another big-time drop by a receiver in Green Bay, yellow and gold. Mike Tomlin decides to challenge it. It's upheld as an incomplete pass, so the Steelers get the ball back, still down by 4. First play of the 4th quarter. It's a fumble by Mendenhall. Clay Matthews hits him.
His shoulder right on the ball, creates a fumble. Desmond Bishop picks that thing up. It was almost a scoop and score.
Playmakers make plays, not just going at the quarterback, not just intercepting the ball, but causing fumbles like this at key moments. That's what bloodline is.
Ryan Pickett also in on that play, the only player with Super Bowl winning experience who didn't have a broken collarbone at that point in time. So what do they do with this turnover? They got a big first down on 3rd down from James Jones. Then over the middle, another drop from Jordy Nelson. 3rd and long. Rodgers goes right back to Nelson, and he corrals it and moves the chains and makes a big play after the catch.
Great block by Driver. He was targeted 15 times and came up with 9 receptions on the day.
2 plays later from the 8, Rodgers to Greg Jennings. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Poised by Rodgers, looking left, coming back all the way across the field and finding Jennings for the touchdown.
28-17, 21 of the 28 points coming off of Steelers turnovers. Steelers get the ball back, needing points points in a hurry. Mike Wallace, 14 yards on 2nd and 10 of the Packers 32. 2 plays later, Roethlisberger looks for his Super Bowl MVP receiver, and he finds him over the middle. Hines Ward, 15 yards to the Packers 25. Next play, Roethlisberger puts it up for Mike Wallace.
But what a bad angle by Sam Shields. We talked about this this morning. Sam Shields has the speed, but he played Mike Wallace to the inside instead of outside, and it was a touchdown.
Down by 5. What does the chart say, Steve?
It says go for 2.
They go for 2.
The option. Pitch it. Well done.
To Antoine Randall L. And suddenly it's just a 3-point field goal game. What do the Packers do now with 7.5 to go? Rodgers is sacked by Ziggy Hood.
Great pressure by the Pittsburgh defense.
2 plays later, 3rd and 10. Huge catch over the middle by Greg Jennings. 31 yards to move the chains. 3 plays later, it's 2nd and 9. James Jones makes the catch on a back shoulder fade to the Steelers.
Nice back shoulder throw.
William Gay was targeted all game.
3 plays later, Jordy Nelson. Oh, the Packers have to settle for a field goal with 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. They get that settled field goal, but that means Ben Roethlisberger can come back on the field with 2:07 to go on a timeout and try and do to the Packers what he did to the Cardinals just 2 years ago. Heath Miller on the first play. First down over the middle, gain of 15, minute 2 to go with 3 plays later. Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace, 3rd and 5. Incomplete, so it's do or die time. 4th and 5, last chance saloon. Ben Roethlisberger throws incomplete to Wallace.
Nice
and that
play.
is it. The Green Bay Packers get the big-time defensive stop, and there will be no 7th trophy in Pittsburgh this year for number 7. There will be a return to Green Bay of the trophy named after their legendary coach, Aaron Rodgers. 3 years after taking over for Brett Favre, does what Brett Favre never did do, and that is win the Super Bowl MVP in hoisting the Lombardi Trophy for Green Bay. It is the 4th Super Bowl championship for the Green Bay Packers, the first wire-to-wire Super Bowl win since the Ravens did it 10 years ago in Super Bowl 35. Green Bay, a 6-point winner in Super Bowl 45.